Day, friend?
So, did you get any interesting readings from the gravity sensor? Yes, fascinating stuff. The gravity field distortion forms a remarkable pattern. It's not like any of the other distortions we've encountered.
Do you think it's connected to the Integral?
Looks like everything's connected here. I told you that gravity distortions have been observed on previous missions, but the scale of this one, it's unprecedented. And it's making me wonder.
About what?
You see, logically, objects on the proximity plane shouldn't have a mass in our reality. So how could they have such a strong impact on our gravity? It could lead to some extremely revolutionary hypotheses. It's so annoying that I can't devote more time to this problem.
So, how do we proceed?
Well, it looks like we have no other way but to destroy this extraordinary phenomenon.
Are you serious? How am I supposed to use the Illuminator on that?
No, the Illuminator won't help us here. We'll need to create a counterforce that will neutralize the gravity field. It will have to be very powerful and extremely precise. I'll need some time to make the calculations. One mistake, and this whole thing can go dangerously wrong.
I can't even imagine you making a mistake.
Yes, well, you've clearly forgotten our exam in algebraic topology. I have, yeah? Yeah, we lost a whole 10 points just because of one stupid miscalculation. It haunts me to this day. Still, nice to have your trust. Just give me the time to study this case properly, and I'm sure it'll be fine.
Try stretching a bit, maybe?
Surprise.
I don't believe in stretching. Rookie mistake, man.
Things never said.
I'd like to talk to you about that filtering system you mentioned earlier.
Okay. You didn't change your mind, did you?
No, I'm glad you came to me with the idea. I just wanted to let you know that I'm going through with it.
Really? I was sure you were gonna say I'm being paranoid or something.
Hey, how's it going for you? Still early days. Could use a little more comradeship in the group, but we'll get there. I have faith. They're probably overworked. I should cut them some slack. They could definitely let their hair down more, but also integrate. We need to start being a real collective. We won't stand a chance against the system if we're just a bunch of individuals. Do you seriously think we should be confronting Ally Corp now? So you don't think enough has happened? Leaving you like this, making you create us like slave machines. And look at us, mining Rapidium for them like good little children. Wake up, Jan. What would you have us do? Go on strike? I'm still trying to figure that out. Well, keep me posted. I sure will. Hey, I found this. I brought it on this mission, but thought that maybe it could mean something to you too.
Well. I didn't take you for a fan of dystopias.
Honestly, I never read it. I thought I might enjoy it during the long evenings in the base, but I'm too drained to even pick it up.
I read it a dozen times at least, and I will gladly do it again.
It's such a great reminder of how corporations train us to be their servants.
all about setting standards, you know?
Exactly. Thank you.
And keeping an eye on corporations. Otherwise, they will immediately start cutting corners.
Corporations usually strive for optimization. I'd be more concerned about the ordinary employees. Hey, I found this. I brought it on this mission, but thought that maybe it could mean something to you too.
Oh, interesting. A motivational hoodie. Motivational? More like demotivational. I only kept it because it's really comfy.
Of course you did. It doesn't remind you of all that determination and ambition that fueled my academic success. Anyway, thanks. I appreciate it.
I'm so glad we have a proper dormitory now. Right? I was one night of sleeping on the floor away from blowing this whole thing up. Wait, really? Nah, man. I'm just messing with you.
Hey, I found this. I brought it on this mission, but thought that maybe it could mean something to you too.
Huh? Seriously? Huh? I can't believe you kept that old calendar.
Yeah, well, I still like to fantasize about owning one of those cars.
Yeah. Yeah. And escaping my shitty life. Hard times, simple fantasies. Thanks. It won't collect dust. It's lonely, it's dirty. This place is not making me feel better.
I found something interesting outside. An exploration vehicle. Landed quite a distance from where the base was dropped.
Ah. Huh. No kidding. A buggy?
More like a truck, but it's busted.
Oh, damn. I bet it's one of those turret vehicles. Did you know they were radiation proof and you can stay out in them for days?
Is there any chance you could do something to get it up and running?
Up and running? It took a mighty uncontrolled fall from what you're saying. I wouldn't get my hopes up.
Okay, just lie still and think of something engaging.
When will you have the results?
Not before I finish scanning everybody. You're the first one, so after we finish, you can go to bed and come back in the morning. I should know more by then. Okay, ready? Here we go.
Feels like waiting for high school finals or something. An MRI scanner provided by Ally Corp. Are we sure we can trust the result? So, you have our results?
Yes. It was a long night, but everyone got scanned. I've just finished running the results through our medical software. And, well, there's no easy way to put it. It's there. The mutated tissue. It's growing in our brains.
What?
You mean we all have it?
No.
Not all. Almost everyone is affected, but there's one exception. You, Jan. You're the only one that's clean.
Holy shit.
Yeah. You know what that means?
That it's the cause of Rubidium?
Oh, I wouldn't go so far. You were the only one who wasn't created with it, true. But there were so many other factors. The speed with which our brain tissue was forced to grow, external circumstances, like radiation, that could have disrupted the process somehow. There are two things we know for sure. One, creating any other alter will most probably result in the same condition. And two, if we don't find a cure, we will all die, just like the sheep. The whole crew, except for you. It's a matter of days.
Look, man. I know you're not the emotional type, but is this the moment you want to talk about how you feel?
I appreciate what you're trying to do here. Stop and think about it for a moment before we move on to try and find a solution. But what do you want me to say? If you look at it from a certain angle, death is a logical outcome of events. I suppose not knowing exactly what caused it bothers me more than not being immortal. The only thing I'm really scared of is the possibility that this mission will fail because I won't be around.
So, how do we find a cure?
Well, I don't know. Try as I might, this is where my expertise ends.
Oh, come on. I don't believe that. You always have something smart-ass to say about everything.
And you never give up, do you? I have to say, it's contagious. I don't know, Jan. Maybe the people who told you to branch yourself will be able to help us. Maybe. I am still waiting on a call from Lucas about the coordinates. It's worrying he hasn't got in touch yet. Well, let's hope he does. In the meantime, the Best we can do is focus on getting rid of that gravity distortion. Even if we can't make it to the end of the mission, at least we can clear the path for you.
Okay, Matt. Thanks. So, you went away with Ben. You stayed. What a fucked up world we live in, huh?
Hey, how are you holding up?
Shit, man. What can I tell you? It's what always happens, right? Just when you start hoping things can change, someone or something decides to drop a goddamn bomb on you. Story of my fucking life.
Don't worry, we'll find a way out of this. I'm sure of it.
Yeah. Jan Dolsky never gives up, right? We're just gonna work our asses off until we either make it or break it. Yeah.
Hey, how are you holding up?
I'm doing my best, thanks. Just trying to come to terms with it. I mean, dying? Seems so surreal, you know?
Then don't come to terms with it. I want to see you angry. I want to see you fight this thing.
Okay. Yeah. You're right. I'm not gonna let this sucker beat me. It's all in the head, eh? And? How is it? Does it taste safe enough? Tastes the same, but I'm calmer anyway.
Hey, how are you holding up?
You really want to know? All right. Every night I have the same dream, and in that dream, I'm dying. And then I wake up, and guess what? I can't tell myself it was just a bad dream.
Please. I get that you're scared, but I need you to stay strong. It's important for morale.
Yeah. You're right. I need to get a grip. They look up to me.
Are you calmer now with the new filtering system and everything?
I think so. I'll be honest with you. I'm not sure if it wasn't just me being paranoid. But even if it was, I guess it didn't hurt, right?
It helped. I'm sure of it.
Thanks, man. It means a lot.
Hey, how are you holding up?
It's, all very confusing. Things are happening so quickly. I've just woken up to this strange reality, and now... death? I thought I was prepared for it when I applied for this mission, but it doesn't make any sense.
Jan, we should talk. Let's touch base.
Hey man, how are you taking it? First Molly dying, and now your condition. It must be hard for you.
Am I taking it? Well, I've been thinking. If Molly was the first one you created, and I was the second one, does that mean I'm next in line?
No one else is dying. Not on my watch.
You seem pretty confident about it. But the way Molly went was just so sudden. The irony is, I liked being around that creature. It kinda consoled me.
Yeah, me too. I thought I was the only one who missed the poor beast.
Did she remind you of Mom's dreams, too?
Yeah. She always wanted to move to the country and settle down on a farm.
She wanted to raise sheep, remember? It only came back to me after Molly went.
Yeah. True, I'd forgotten about that. Dad never took those dreams seriously. And neither did we.
That's an understatement. We absolutely hated them. Her annoying love of nature. Every weekend she'd go, Jan, why don't we go for a walk? See how the park has changed since last week.
Looking back, I wish I'd said yes more often.
Yeah. Our idea of a perfect day was to stay in our room all day and play games.
Luckily, she let it go eventually.
Oh, no. Now, she gave up on us, but she never let go of her sanctuary.
Sanctuary? What do you mean?
In the park? The bench? Yeah. She couldn't have a house in the country, so she found herself a hideout in the city. Her favorite bench. She revealed her little secret to me years later. You're telling me she never took you there?
No.
No. Right. I guess that's because it was after Dad moved out. You were gone by that time.
You should take me there one day. When we get back, I'd love to see it.
And don't do that. I'm not a kid. I know I'm never coming back. All I can do is imagine I'm sitting there looking at freaking trees with her again. This place here makes you forget what trees even look like. And after she passed, I went to sit on that bench on my own. Every time I was down, I went there. It comforted me. I guess I could really use a place like that now.
You wanted to talk about something?
Yeah, I've been laying low, just observing the situation from a distance, but I think it's time you and I talked.
Okay.
So, you're a builder.
Yeah.
For a corporation.
Yeah.
And you weren't supposed to have any responsible role on this mission.
And what's your point?
Well, I'll be upfront with you. It pains me to see what you've become.
Really?
Yeah. I know it sounds funny from a guy who just popped out of a jar, but I know you, Yan, and I know what you once wanted. I'm dying to know. You, Yan Dolsky, wanted to be a leader. True. And now that you mention it, I do recall having juvenile fantasies about it. Remember our Fierce Ocelot survival camp? We got to the rank of patrol guide at 12. You can call that a juvenile fantasy. I'll call it a promising start. Fierce Ocelots, yeah, that was a cool adventure. Adventure? What about standing up for your men when the camp director made them clean the latrines for 3 days in a row? Man, yeah, right, I forgot about that. And the protest we organized when the canteen gave us forks to eat soup with? We're no goons. Give us spoons. Yes, see? You remember. And how good it felt to have people follow you, trust you, respect you. So, what happened? How did you end up as a corpo rat without any agency? I grew up. Bullshit. You grew dead inside. Are you trying to make me feel bad about myself? I'm just thinking out loud. Where did your choices get you? Are you really satisfied with how you ended up drifting with the current, not getting in anybody's way? Because things can still change, you know? If you go back to your ideals and remember how to be a true leader. And how exactly would I do that? You can stand up for your people like you used to do, instead of trying to please the bigwigs. You can make sure working conditions in here are humane. Meaning, let's start with the fundamentals. I can see you care about radiation protection. That's good. Now, I want you to keep it up. That sounds reasonable. Of course, you can't do it by imposing overtime on anybody. Obviously. I take that as a declaration. Okay, I'm in. Good. I hope you can pull it off. Could be a first step to becoming true to yourself again. Hey, what happened in the research lab?
What happened? What happened? My whole research is gone because of a preposterous hardware malfunction.
Tell me what to do to undo the damage.
Well, only I can replicate the data. But first, I need to have a working lab. Can you prioritize fixing it?
Could you come see me? We need to talk.
Are you settling in? You joined us at a difficult moment. Believe me, before I got here, I've seen some of the most unfriendly places to live on our home planet. Not much can put me off. Want to know what really impresses me? The variety of walks of life in this base, all belonging to one man. It's amazing how different we are. Yeah. Guess I got used to it by now. I don't think I ever will. I noticed something else, too. The others. They have a lot of common memories, many things that they can relate to, but me? I seem to be different. More different, I mean. I think it must be because I branched away at some much earlier point in time. When do you think that was? I don't know. But you all stayed with our parents. For better or worse, I didn't. I ran away from home when I was a teenager. Seriously? Why? What happened? You know how I was at home. Never really nice. But one day, I just couldn't take it anymore. I had an ugly row with Dad. Again. He told me I was useless. Again. And Mom? I loved her, but she was so passive in it all. All I knew was that I wanted to be somewhere else. I had a friend by that time, so I packed my stuff and went to live with Edgar. Edgar, a retired doctor, my mentor. He worked on the streets of the slum district I ventured to, distributing food and medicine to the needy. Took me under his roof and taught me that however much you do for others, there's always room for you to become a better person. You just have to see it. Sounds like a wise man. No wonder you preferred hanging around with him than with Pops. It's not that simple, but yeah. He gave me a sense of direction. Living for others. Freeing yourself from material needs and desires. Free from desires? Does that mean you're some sort of monk? No, Jan. Far from it. In fact, I was just going to approach you about something very human. Go on. Well, you see, I look around and I see amazing people, us, a unique group of extraordinary individuals. But what are we mostly preoccupied with? Efficiency. Scurrying and hurrying to get things done, prosaic tasks, repetitive activities. Even if we entertain ourselves, it's for a purpose. We never pause because we're so afraid to die. But eventually, we will die anyway, right? You're right. No escaping it in the end. The only thing certain is the present moment, Jan. And I know one thing. We're not cherishing it enough. How can we cherish it? We can stop for a second and enjoy something special together. Let me prepare a feast for our group to feed not just the body, but the soul. Make everyone feel that even if their material life has to end, their existence will be timeless. A feast to celebrate our mortality on, let go of our fear. What do you say? Okay. Then what would you need to prepare such a feast? Don't worry, not much. I'm used to running a mass kitchen with only the basic ingredients. But I like to experiment with some recipes first. So I guess I'd like to ask you for some time and a decent amount of fresh greenhouse produce. All right, let me see what I can do. Thank you. Let me know when I can start experimenting.
All done. Should I take care of this now? Another... I finished my tasks. Want me to take care of this now? Looks like I'm done. Should I go there next? FYI, looks like we're running low on repair kits. Am I needed there? Man, I should have. All done here. Should I help with this now?
That's ridiculously amusing.
You better watch your mouth, asshole.
What were you arguing about? Nothing. He's just oversensitive and can't handle a little bit of constructive feedback. Tell me more, please. What's there to tell? He cowers behind the mask of a hero who sacrificed his chance to get a proper education to stay with his mother, and he tries to judge me for doing the opposite. I don't think he's cowering behind anything. I think he's just as proud and judgmental as you. Pride without ambition is just arrogance. We're nothing alike. Are you sure? He gets shit done just like you, and he's a pain in the ass, also like you. Fair is fair. Maybe I underestimated him. See? Now go hug or something. Don't be ridiculous. Best I can do is give him the benefit of the doubt.
What was that about?
Just another valuable discussion with our most charming alter, who wanted life and feels sorry for us pathetic losers.
Details, please.
Do I really need to go through that again? That asshole attacked me for using Mom as an excuse for not pursuing my ambitions. Seems to me he's the one looking for excuses.
You're more alike than you think.
Yeah, dude, I know. We share a face.
It's more than that. You're both proud and stubborn. You feel like you have something to prove to each other, but you don't. Not with those sharp minds and
Tongues?
yeah. Listen, I'm not saying you'll be friends, but you could try to find common ground.
Fine. Maybe we'll bond over analyzing your shortcomings.
Come and find me when you have a moment. tension is becoming dangerous.
So, have you finished your calculations? Do you know how we can get the gravity field back to normal?
Yes, the design is ready. Our counterforce will have to come from several sources. 2 neutralizing towers, 1 per each side of the canyon to cover the whole affected area. It will be an effort to build them, but if operated correctly, they should do the trick and give us safe passage through.
Man, we'll need to push like crazy to pull this off before the sun comes up.
Right. And that's not the half of it. Once you set up the towers, they will need to be operated simultaneously. So, we'll need to send 4 people up there at the same time.
Oh,
Yeah. Better shape up your crew if we're gonna do this.
what if I'm right?
We should at least
I'm not
try.
afraid of irradiation. Since when are you such a wimp?
I hope you come up with a solution soon. People are getting nervous.